Hello and welcome to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce, where we connect with Troy Chamber members as they give us a glimpse into their company and share some of the business lessons they've learned along the way. Hi everyone, I'm Tara Thompson-Cusack, President and CEO of the Troy Chamber of Commerce, and I'm joined today by my fun and amazing and spectacular human and Vice President of the Chamber, Sheila Denstead.
I don't even know what to say. Hi everyone.
First, I'd like to take a moment to thank our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. Stay tuned for our very first commercial break where you can learn how you can rely on Trion. So Sheila, I know you and I have been extremely excited to get this guest. We've tried a few times, but she's so busy because she's so amazing. But why don't you do some introductions?
I am excited to do that, and I want you all to listen because she has a very, very impressive bio. I am excited to introduce Jennifer Llewellyn, who is the Manager of Workforce Development at Oakland County and Director of Oakland County Michigan Works Agency. She has more than 25 years of experience. She started very, very young, as you can tell.
As a toddler.
Yep. In workforce development, responsible for fiscal and program management and more than 40 state, local, and workforce development programs serving businesses, unemployed workers, low-income adults, youth, and structurally unemployed individuals, which you need to explain because we have questions on that, with a combined budget of more than $25 million annually. Jennifer has a Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Development from Oakland University, go Grizzlies,
Yes.
is a certified career development facilitator, a certified business solutions professional. She currently serves as a chair of Michigan Works Association Leadership Council and is past co-chair of the Workforce Intelligence Network. She's involved in numerous organizations, including Automation Alley Fund, OU Pontiac Initiative, Pontiac Collective Impact Partnership, Oakland 80 Leadership Committee, and I'm sure many, many more. Jennifer was selected to the Oakland County Elite 40 Under 40 class of 2014. She is a 2019 winner of the Oakland County Economic Developer of the Year. In 2022, she was awarded Oakland University School of Education and Human Services Alumni of the Year. I feel like I should drop the mic now.
Right?
Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Troy Chamber is near and dear to my heart, and I'm so glad we had the chance to connect today and share this moment together. This is so fun.
I love it. Well, obviously, everyone heard your bio, which is so incredibly impressive. But I love it because I know you as a person, and I know how hard you work to achieve those things. So for me, it's exciting to hear it because it's all earned, and the relationships you continue to build are just helping Oakland County thrive, and it makes me very happy to say that. But
Thank you so much. That means so much coming from you guys. I started in Troy, actually, back in 1998 as an intern at our Michigan Works office there. So when I hear you read that, even for me, it feels surreal
a little
bit,
nostalgic
like coming
to you.
full circle, because I would have never thought when I took that job at our Michigan Works office in Troy in 1998, it was a 3-month gig, $7 an hour, that I'd be sitting here today. So it's a little emotional for me, but thank you for sharing that.
Well, I guess to get things started, can you tell us a little bit more about Oakland County Michigan Works and how it actually is supporting businesses and residents?
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of ways, Michigan Works is the best kept secret, right? There's a lot of
we try to share
perceptions
that
about
secret, but I agree with you.
who we are, what we do. Are you the state? Are you the county? Who are you? But so Michigan Works is a statewide system. There's 16 Michigan Works areas or agencies across the state. Oakland County is one of those. We provide workforce development services to the county's 1.3 million residents and 40,000 businesses. And essentially, we're the organization that serves as the central repository for all of the federal and state workforce programs. Right now, we're about a $37 million organization. We deliver over 50 different workforce development programs and initiatives through our 6 Oakland County Michigan Works locations. And those are in Novi, Oak Park, Pontiac, Southfield, Troy, and Waterford. An amazing staff of about 120-ish or so that deliver the services day in and day out to our small businesses, our large corporations, and of course our residents. So, our primary focus is businesses, because we feel like when we serve businesses, when we're meeting employer needs in the workforce, we're in turn serving our residents, right? If we put our employers first, that's really important. Many people know us because when you file an unemployment claim in Michigan, you do have to come to a Michigan Works office and put your resume online and engage with our staff. So there's often that misunderstanding that we're the unemployment insurance agency. We're not. They're our friends. They're our partners, but we're a different organization. But our team is really here to support any business with their workforce development needs, whether that's hiring, training, maybe it's a layoff and they need some additional support, growing their workforce, engaging with youth, career exploration, anything in that space. And then the same is true on the job seeker side, here to support them from start to finish.
On the unemployment aspect, like you said, people come to the Michigan Works office. You're the arm that helps them find their future.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely,
that's like the good connectivity of saying, yes, that's not what we do. We're here to elevate you and get you to that proper employer.
Yeah, I mean, job loss is tough. And folks that have been through it understand that it is a difficult thing to tackle. It ranks right up there with loss of a loved one and divorce and all of those emotional challenges in life. And I think oftentimes someone will get laid off and they'll say, well, I'll bounce back. And then week 1 goes by and week 4 goes by and week 6 goes by, and maybe the leads aren't as strong as they had hoped for. And what our team can do is really be that cheerleader, that hand holder to take a second look at that resume and help you with your interviewing skills. And maybe if you need some training, some new skills and certifications, we have tuition to cover the costs of those free training programs. And when you're accountable to someone else on your job search, that makes such a huge difference.
Well, and the job market changes. And it's that piece of, say, maybe you did get laid off, maybe you're unemployed. You might have had that same job for 20 years. It is not the same environment. People need that help.
Absolutely. We just had, I'm sure everyone heard about it, right? The Rite Aid stores across the country that are closing. But we had a warehouse here in Oakland County with 191 Rite Aid workers at that warehouse. And many of them were there for 20, 30 years and hadn't updated a resume or been on an interview for many years. So our team, we deployed them out to that location. They were on site, providing one-on-one guidance and assistance and coaching and supportive services and access to training dollars, just to help make that transition a little bit easier. When you have someone in your corner, that's sometimes you maybe have a family member, but it's different. Let's be honest, right? It's a little bit different when your spouse or your partner is saying, let's work on your job search than a neutral party. Our team of coaches is just there to walk you through the technical side of a job search, but also the emotional side too.
I was going to say that. That's one thing I don't think you hit on enough is you kind of give people their dignity back. It's such a hard hit when someone loses their job. And honestly, I have been there, and I went to Troy Michigan Works when I lost mine, and you guys made me feel like it wasn't my fault. And there was more out there. So I appreciate, and I know our community appreciates that too. And I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Drew, who is just a joy to work with.
Yes.
Drew is a rock star. He's our business services staff member at our Troy office, and just one of the hardest working guys out there.
Absolutely.
And leads with empathy and kindness and just
a smile.
Great. Yes.
It goes a long way.
Yes, it sure does. It sure does.
We've kind of hit on it a little bit here. Our labor market. It's been rather interesting lately, the last, say, 4 or 5 years.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a kind way of saying
it.
What's some of the trends you're seeing in workforce development, especially across Oakland County?
Sure. It's been like the wild, wild west for the last 5 years, frankly. So this is my 26th year in workforce development in the county. So I've seen it all, it feels like, right? We've seen the really great times. Right now, things are solid, which is positive. Those tough times of 2008 through 2010 were really difficult. But it has been an interesting few years, right? Let's talk about the impact of COVID, right? The highest number of unemployment claims filed in 1 week in, I think, Michigan history. That might not be correct, but it felt like that at least. So, the impact of that, and then the time it took to recover from that, in Oakland County now. We've now recovered all those jobs plus gained some, so that's extraordinary. But we still have folks that were sidelined during that we haven't been able to engage back in the labor force. So that's some of our emphasis right now in the work that we're doing. The EV mobility space is really interesting and exciting for us right now. I think everyone's learning together. So we're fortunate we've got some dollars to be able to train the EV and mobility workforce. We received just under $1 million from the state of Michigan to start training workers in EV mobility technicians. And now it's partnering with those companies to understand what are their needs, what does the time frame look like for hire, and how do we prepare that workforce for them. So that's been interesting. Of course, with our aging population, the health sciences sector is important. We did lose folks in the healthcare systems during COVID, and that recovery has been critical too. How do we inspire people to consider the healthcare sector as a career for them? So it's interesting. There's these pockets of sectors where we've got some very specific work to do. The construction industry, right? A lot of investment at the federal level with the infrastructure law passing. We're going to see more and more infrastructure projects happening here in Michigan and in Oakland County. So this work is challenging because you almost have to be everything to everyone. And I think when people say to me, like, what keeps you up at night? That's a little bit, Jennifer, what are you doing to help the construction industry? What are you doing to help advanced manufacturers? What are you doing to help health sciences and the healthcare sector? And obviously we can't be everything to everyone, but we can zero in on, where are the pockets of growth and opportunity, and how do we connect our residents to those opportunities?
Well, and even these conversations you're having here, it's enlightening people. When we look at some of our future workforce, it's nice to know, hey, there's going to be a lot of opportunities in EV.
There's
going to be a lot
incredible.
of opportunities in health science.
Absolutely. And when you look in Oakland County, the growth, right, the economic development, County Executive Coulter and our economic development team do an extraordinary job of attracting businesses to Oakland County and keeping businesses here. And some of these are cutting edge technology opportunities, and that's just so exciting to see from the workforce perspective. Last week, the state of Michigan released their Hot 50 jobs through 2032. It's on our website. So if you go to the Oakland County Michigan Works website, you can see that. But an interesting piece was that 42 of the top 50 hot jobs encourage a bachelor's degree or higher. So when we talk about workforce development and post-secondary education, right, that conversation around stackable credentials, that if maybe a 4-year bachelor's degree is overwhelming to you, then let's start with the certification, and then let's move on to an associate's degree, right? Community college is free in the state of Michigan right now. And then how do you transition that into a bachelor's degree? And how do you pursue some of these hot 50 jobs that are going to be here through the next 8 years?
Yeah, and as we're going to start talking about education after our break, I think we're going to take a quick second and hear a word from our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. We'll be right back.
I'm Joe Vicari, President and CEO of the Joe Vicari Restaurant Group, which encompasses 24 restaurants throughout the country. Trion's able to provide for our employees health insurance, 401ks, vacation time. All of that helps us compete against larger companies for top talent. Happy employees make for great service, and that's what our restaurants are known for. That's why we rely on Trion.
You can always rely on Trion.
Welcome back to Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. We're here with Jennifer Llewellyn with Oakland County Michigan Works. I have to say the whole thing. It's great. But one of the things we talked about education before we led into the commercial break. Oakland County has an initiative. So it's Oakland County's Oakland 80. And I know this is around higher education, certifications. Can you tell us a little bit about this initiative and what steps are being taken?
Yeah, huge Oakland 80 fan.
Yeah.
This is just so near and dear to my heart and to our team's heart. So many people are familiar with the governor's 60 by 30 initiative, which is to have 60% of Michigan residents earn a certificate, degree, or credential by 2030. When the governor made that announcement in 2019, County Executive Coulter came back to our team and said, well, where are we at in Oakland County? So pulled a team together and looked at the data, and we were excited to see that we were at 61%, which, right? Awesome.
Nailed it.
Yeah, well, we're there, right? And second in the state, just behind Washtenaw. Obviously, University of Michigan there has a little bit of a strategic advantage over us, but we, under County Executive Coulter's leadership, convened a group of really powerful, smart, knowledgeable leaders from across the county. Our university presidents, our community college chancellor, business leaders, CEOs, nonprofit leaders, labor organizations. We got in a room. We actually met at the Oakland County Michigan Works office in Southfield and started chatting about, well, we're at 61%. Do you just rest on your laurels and kind of wait and wait for the rest of the state to catch up? Or do we do something really innovative and start to push ourselves and challenge ourselves for a higher educational attainment rate goal? So the group we talked about 70%. We talked about 75%. My heart started kind of palpitating at that point, but we talked about 80%. And, the group unanimously agreed if we don't set a stretch goal for ourselves, we're not really doing this any justice. So that day, Oakland 80 was born. Got a little sidelined, obviously, with the pandemic, but we brought on Rana Al-Igo, our Oakland 80 administrator, and under the county executive's leadership, and Hillary Chambers, she just recently retired as our chief deputy county executive. They really have driven this initiative forward. And we're making progress, right? We were at 61% in 2019. Hot off the press, you heard it here first. We're about 69.87%.
Fantastic.
Based on the latest.
I like the 0.7.
0.87. We're taking any percentage
nugget
that we can get. But about 69.87% of our residents now have a certificate, degree, or credential. And it's a lot of collaborative work, right? It's our community colleges, our universities, our labor organizations, all coming together to say, what can we do collectively to ensure that our residents have access to post-secondary education? How do we inspire them? How do we help people understand that post-secondary education is for them? Because so many people think, well, it's not for me. I'm not cut out for a 4-year degree. Well, then let's get you in a certificate program. Let's get you in a registered apprenticeship, and inspiring them to understand that it's attainable for them, it's affordable. We've deployed a team. We have a team of 21 Oakland 80 career and education navigators. So any Oakland County resident, doesn't matter, no eligibility, there's no income requirements. Any Oakland County resident can sit down with one of our Oakland 80 career and education navigators and talk about, what's next for them? What inspires them? Do they want to go back to school? We can help them fill out their FAFSA. We can help them access free community college tuition through Michigan Reconnect. We can help them learn about the Michigan Achievement Scholarship when they graduate from high school in June. And having, again, that champion, that ally to help them through and support them as they pursue post-secondary education has been transformational, just transformational. This team of navigators is probably the most exciting, incredible team I've ever worked with.
I also love the fact that we talk about post-secondary education, and we always say, oh, it's college. I love that we're talking certifications. I love that we're inspiring trades. I mean, we are a manufacturing community. I love seeing that because we are building the community. So it's good that this is also a part of the focus.
Yeah, I think Oakland 80, what it's doing is creating a culture of post-secondary education, that it's for me, right? That whatever me is, whatever my aspirations are, whatever my challenges are, whatever my barriers are, post-secondary education is attainable for me. And another key part of the initiative is we were fortunate to get a massive investment from the county executive and the board of commissioners, $7 million for barrier removal. So if there are things that are standing in the way for someone, maybe they're concerned that they can't go to college because their car isn't reliable. We'll fix your car. We will pay to fix your car. If you are concerned that Michigan Reconnect covers your tuition at Oakland Community College, but you can't afford the books, we will step in and pay for the books. We have those dollars available thanks to that investment. And we've supported now thousands of individuals with addressing those barriers and removing those barriers to education and employment as well. If there's something that's interfering with someone's ability to get a job or keep a job, there's dollars available to offset those barriers. So it's really transformational work. I've cried more times than I can even count.
Tears of joy.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You're hitting something that's near and dear to my heart again. I have an 11th grader, and I'm watching him and his friends start looking at what their careers could be, or again, there's always conversations. College? Do I go? VOTEC? Those kind of things. They're up in the air on their post-secondary education things. What efforts are underway to get into the high schools and talk to them about these things you're talking about? I can tell you right now, my son's school doesn't know those things. How can I help? How can you help get them that information?
Yeah, those junior and senior years are so critical, right? They're making really, really big decisions. And as part of this Oakland 80 initiative, we've known that for a long time, but for the first time, part of that team of Oakland 80 Career and Education Navigators will be deployed to our local high school. So we have, I think now about 7 or 8 local high schools that have one of our Oakland 80 Career and Education Navigators embedded in the high school. And it's not to replace the counselors, right? They're doing extraordinary work day in and day out, but really to supplement them. They've got huge caseloads, right? Lots of challenges within
No one hates
the
extra
districts,
help.
right?
Right.
But
Well,
these
especially,
navigators are there to support the high schools and the students with making post-secondary selections, getting them on college tours, helping them with their FAFSA applications, even sitting down one-on-one and talking about, is a trade or a union apprenticeship more appropriate for me, or maybe a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree, and helping them through that process. So I think that it's new. We just deployed the first group of navigators earlier this year. We've got meetings almost every day, it feels like, with a different school district to get another navigator on their team. But from what we've seen so far, these navigators have been exactly what the students need. Someone to rally them, champion them. We have a navigator at our alternative high schools in Hazel Park. She took a group of students to Oakland Community College. They went there. They completed their application while they were there. They completed their registration. They got their ID while they were there, right? That sends a message to those students. I'm a student. I'm a college student, and I can do this. And doing that with their classmates while they're in high school just sets them up for success for that coming fall. So really excited about that work. And then, of course, our career exploration work that we've been doing for quite a few years. Next Friday is Oakland County Manufacturing Day. It's our 10th anniversary. We'll be taking 1,000 high school students from across all 28 school districts out to 35 different manufacturing facilities across the county. And it's chaos and it's awesome all at once, right? All these kids boarding buses and getting to see what advanced manufacturing looks like, that it's not dirty and gross, but it's technology and it's robots and it's all these cool things that they can only imagine in the classroom. And that's really important as well, especially for our juniors and seniors that are at that pivotal moment. And then, of course, our big My Career Quest event, which is on November 19th. We're welcoming 8,000 high school students from across the region. I know, it gives me so much anxiety if you only knew. But
that's what keeps you up at night.
Yes, exactly. 8,000 high school students from across the region. So it's a partnership with the Michigan Works agencies across Southeast Michigan. We have 8,000 students that will be engaging in 200 different career exhibits. So these are hands-on interactive exhibits where the students get to see and touch and feel what a job looks like. So we have an advanced manufacturing quadrant where they can weld and they can program robots. We have a technology quadrant where they can sit in a helicopter and they can code. We have our health sciences quadrant where they're performing tonsillectomies on a mannequin and drawing fake blood out of an arm. We have a construction quadrant where they're building brick walls and simulating the backhoe operations with our operating engineers. So it's such an incredible experience for the students. We survey them every year after the event, and it varies a bit, but 70 to 80% of them say that they learned about a job that they didn't know about before and that it was going to shape their decision after high school. So, to your point, like we can't do enough for our young people to really help them understand that opportunities are out there for them, and post-secondary education is attainable for them.
Wow. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously,
Thank
we've
you.
all learned a lot. I think most people don't realize the magnitude of impact that you guys are making because we just learned a bunch of things just today. But is there any last little nugget of information you'd like to share with our listeners today?
I think the big thing is if you're a business out there or you're a job seeker, a parent or a student, just call us, right? Like we have so many programs and initiatives and it's impossible to know them all. And just call us. Let us sit down. Let us chat with you. Let's find out what your challenges are, what your needs are, what opportunities are ahead for you. And I'm confident that we can find something to support you with your goals, whether that's an employment goal, whether that's an educational goal, if you're a business and you want to grow, if you want to support the employees that you have, we have something for everyone. So give us a call, connect. We have a great business services team spread out across our center, a great career services team that supports our job seekers and our residents. Just give us a ring.
What's that number real quick?
Yeah.
So you can actually connect with any Michigan Works agency throughout the state by calling 1-800-285-WORK, and you get automatically connected to the Michigan Works office that's closest to you. For Oakland County, the best is to go on our website, oaklandcountymiworks.com, and you can connect right to one of our 6 Oakland County Michigan Works locations.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
And guys, that's all we have here today on Members on the Mic with the Troy Chamber of Commerce. Special thanks to Jennifer. Thank you for sharing so much great information.
Thank you so much for having me. This was awesome.
Special shout out to our presenting sponsor, Trion Solutions. To learn more about the Troy Chamber and to learn more about upcoming events, go to troychamber.com. Thanks, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.
Bye-bye.